We would like to welcome you here today to our Sabre presentation. We are World 5 Team 6 and Dermot and I will be presenting today. We're firstly going to begin with our Sabre strategy. We decided as part of our strategy that we would try to keep both our products at a steady and constant level throughout each period. We wanted to become one of the leading electronic product manufacturers in both the device and star markets, with a product range which incorporates high quality products at an affordable price. Our plan was to keep our products up to date and launch new products whenever the market shifted. We launched a new product in week 4, but unfortunately it did not contribute well because it had a high production cost. The team attempted to devise a new strategy and we decided to tweak the attributes of the products to remain ahead of our main competitors. Unfortunately, this is not the case because the competitors have gained a significant level of the market share, which meant that we struggled to hold our market share and recoup money that was lost. Therefore, as a team, we feel that our strategies put us at a loss rather than giving us a competitive advantage to undercut our competitors and take the lead. Our target market. In the beginning, we launched 2 products, Hammer and Hopper. These 2 products were aimed at both the early adapter and the general consumer segments of the market. Hammer was targeted at the early adapter segment of the market. Early adapters understand and appreciate the value of electronic products, therefore they are willing to pay a significant price for the product. We concluded our Hammer product needed to be fast, powerful and efficient product that would most definitely provide value for money. Hopper and Long Run were launched into the general consumer segments of the market. The general consumer is very sceptical about new technology and will wait till the product is tried and tested before they invest. These consumers are very sensitive and expect high quality at low prices, but not too low as this could indicate an adequate product. Quattro was launched into the innovator market. This market is for people who like to be the first to experience a new product. We then move on to our key success factors. After failing to increase our turnover in the first 2 periods, we changed our perceptions and prices of our products. During period 2, we also increased the advertising budget and attempted to focus our products on exact markets. Our sales force was also channeled correctly early on, which aided us in selling our products and topping the world during period 3. For the remaining periods of Sabre, we were very cautious in our decision and strategy making, which did not aid the group in achieving success. Our strategic marketing process. This is about adopting a market-driven approach to business strategy in order to provide goods or services that satisfy and exceed customers' needs and wants at a profit. How to execute a sales marketing strategy successfully. Become customer focused, get ahead of competition, interfunctional coordination, superior customer service, stand out, brand building, positive reputation, a sales strategy and competitive advantages. A good example of a proven sales strategy would be the triple tier system. I would now like to give you over to Dermot who will talk about the critical reflection.
What worked well? Throughout the course of the simulation, the group made a number of choices which worked well. In the first cycle, we built up a sales force and provided them with a 15% training budget. We also increased the price of our Hopper product from 300 to 310. In the second period, we increased total net contribution from -123 to 5138, and this was done by ceasing production, cutting down on holding costs and marketing the product correctly. Period 3, we topped the world in net contribution and had good market share and market awareness. Both our products combined had the highest market share in the whole world. Total net contribution went from 5138 to 12163. All this was due to the sales force we had built up, selling out of total stock, increasing advertising and reducing our price of our products slightly. We increased training of staff from 20 to 23%, which again helped with the selling of the products. The attributes were set correctly and the awareness of the products was very good, so we were able to sell out of stock. Our production could not match our sales at this early stage. During period 5, our original Hammer product performed well in terms of sales with a figure of 9419 in net contribution and had a very solid market share. We dropped our original Hopper product after completely selling out of the product. After another round of research and development, we made a last-ditch effort to launch our new product Quato, which we thought would perform well in its market segment. We felt that nothing worked well during period 7. We had no positives to take from this period. In period 8, the long run product completely sold out and its net contribution increased due to the influx of 2500 in advertising and 200 in creative design. We found that the advertising worked well during this period and benefited us greatly. By dropping our Quato product, we increased our net contribution in the last period. Our long run product also contributed well, and the correct advertising channels and the sales force aided it greatly. What didn't work well? We produced too much stock in period 1, which left us with 110 and 106,000 inventory. Hopper had holding costs of 1195 and Hammer 2048, which cost the team badly. We had to dispose of 35,000 units of Hopper and 20,000 units of Hammer in period 2. This was a bad plan because once we had tweaked the attributes of the product, we sold out of stock. We were indeed the product Franco, but didn't have enough capital to invest, which made the production cost very high. In period 3, we made a number of mistakes. We did not correctly channel our sales force, we did not alter our attributes, We did not increase advertising and we did not alter our advertising channels. We felt comfortable at this stage, and this was a huge mistake on our behalf. Again, in period 4, we did not alter the attributes or increase our advertising budget. We also didn't decrease the price of our products for no apparent reason, which drove down our net contribution. We also launched a product that had a sales price which was far too low due to lack of investment in R&D. We used the same attributes and perceptual shifts for the products again in period 5. This meant we were left with extra stock at the end of the year and increased holding costs. Our new product long run launched in the last period sold out but incurred a loss of 2,681. The cut in advertising spending during this period also affected our product's performance and lost the team vital market share. We reduced our total advertising expenses from 4,950 to 3,370 during period 6. Instead of saving money, we actually lost market awareness and share. Once again, our sales force was not channeled in the right direction, and furthermore, our long run product was underpriced but could not be altered because of the market it was placed in. Quado's contribution fell to -481, incurring a significant loss in period 7. We clearly did not invest enough in the advertising of our product. We also made the decision not to buy all the studies in a cost-saving strategy. Even with the studies we had purchased, we still ended up not using them to the full advantage. Once again, Quado suffered a significant loss of -377 in period 8. We did not buy enough market studies to help us make key decisions for the future year. We invested a large amount of our budget in trying to advertise an unsuccessful product. We also tried to rejuvenate our existing product Hammer by increasing advertising. We invested 100% of our budget in a panicked effort to regain our market position. In the final period, we utilised the entirety of our budget, and we radically changed our perceptual shifts in a last-ditch attempt to try and regain market share. The team. When looking at the group dynamics of teamwork, we must look at the teamwork model formed by the theorist Bruce Tuckman. He coined the phrase forming, storming, norming and performing. The graph below will show its relation to performance and teamwork. In relation to Tuckman's model, we have as a group progressed through each stage of the model. Forming. This stage was reached when the groups were announced at the start of the semester, and we made the tentative steps towards meeting each other and getting to know each other in the trial week. Storming. As a group, we reached this stage quite early on in the assignment, as we met quite a lot during the trial week of the simulation. The group were very comfortable challenging each other and the leadership in the decision-making process of the trial week. In this stage, we made deliberate rash decisions to see how they would affect the simulation. Norming. I think this stage is where we let ourselves down in the assignment. This stage is characterised by the development of ground rules of who does what in the group. In this area, we never set out clear jobs for individuals and continued to work as a collective. There was no conflict in the group over decision-making process and decision made. If the jobs had been divided, each member of the team would have been able to concentrate on individual segments and known their importance. Performing. As can be seen in the results of the simulation, as a group we ultimately failed to obtain enough market share or profit to finish above 6 in our world. After the first week of simulation, we became too concerned about not making a loss in profits and became too tentative in our decision-making processes. Performance. Team 5 made a progressive start to the simulation process, making a steady profit in periods 1 to 3, which resulted in our team topping the world after period 3 with a total net contribution of 12163. In period 4, this figure dropped to 8763, which was not bad but started the decline of the group. The team began to decline drastically after this period and began to not make profit after this. From periods 1 to 4, our team had a total net contribution of 25939, which was a great deal higher than periods 5 to 9, which was 16728. After our analysis, which included research and development, we launched our new product Long Run, which did not achieve its expected profit levels. Thankfully, our other products, Hopper and Hammer, continued to sell well, which kept us afloat. From the analysis of our competitors' performance of our world, we came to the conclusion that we've been far too cautious in our decision making. Our initial budget was 8080, and by the end of the simulation we increased it to 10132. In total we spent 3445 in R&D, which was far too low, and we spent 4318 on advertising, which was not sufficient. We were too apprehensive and we were worried about our products and if they failed, so we always kept some of our budget in reserve. The other teams invested heavily in the likes of advertising and R&D, which led to them increasing their profit. We also saw from the analysis that our unit cost was far too high and we were unable to maximise our profits. The other teams would have had the same pricing plan as us, but because our production costs were significantly higher, we could not compete with them. As a group, we've learned a number of valuable lessons in the post-Sabre analysis, which are listed below. Prolonging the launching of the new product in the device market hurt revenue and long-term benefit. The importance of appropriate analysis, that's budget allocation in new product R&D. Take risk for potential higher rewards. Rational numerical forecasts are crucial to avoid stockouts. High advertising effort must be supported with powerful and well-channeled sales force, and being far too cautious by not entering the star market even though there's potential to maximise profits. This is the net contribution graph for the world, and this is the net cumulative contribution. I'd like to thank you for listening to today's presentation. I hope you enjoyed it.